Hey, it's me, Jack, and I'm continuing the series about Dragon Ball Z biology. This is my third video, and please comment, because I really want some feedback from you guys, because this is my third video, as I already said. Right, and continuing, Piccolo, that's what I'm going to be talking about today, or a namekian, as I've never stated before, so, you know. Namekians are an alien species in Dragon Ball that is one of the main characters. Now Piccolo, well, actually technically Piccolo was Piccolo Jr., and the Demon King was Piccolo's father, which was another Namekian, who split from his other half, which would join to one Namekian. Now he's pretty much pure evil, Piccolo, Piccolo, but he gets better as the series progresses. And here's the really interesting things that I'm going to be talking about. Now, I'm going to talk about how the heck he regenerates, why he only drinks water, why his skin is green, how is he spit out as, like, an egg? How did they do that? How do they reproduce like that? And, and why? Most of them, because I'm going to be talking about the biology, which is all science. Okay, I'm going to start off with regeneration, the simple one. When you think regeneration sounds really hard and really tough, you're partially right. Regenerating a body part is very hard. It takes a lot of energy and nutrients, and it doesn't really happen for humans. But there is one animal that it is throughout almost the entire species. Lizards. And it even goes with Piccolo's green skin, which is good. Now, that you've seen maybe some of the episodes when he regenerates. You should look it up. It's very interesting. Now, what pretty much happens is usually his arm is cut off, and it regrows in an instant. Now, I'm going to explain this by the fact that what would happen is it's cut off, and nutrients are building in the body. And it's pretty much like a flash regeneration, which pretty much means all the nutrition he needs for regeneration all surge out from his body into his arm, and his body knows how to form it already through his cell's memory, and it pretty much just pops out. It takes lots of energy, but it can happen. Now I'm going to go to the point about his green skin and why he only drinks water. I'm going to start off with the green skin. Now, this actually kind of stumped me for a minute, so I eventually looked it up. And it's hyperchromic anemia, I believe, is what I first thought. But then I looked up the water issue, and I was very stumped. Since no animal on Earth that isn't and micro big, which is much smaller, like that big, micro big actually can survive without water. Without food, because they need the nutritions. But then I kind of branched off to his green skin and his need for water, and I'm gonna put it down to he has chlorophyll or chloroform or something like that in his skin, which would act as how he does it. That's why he's green, because chloroform is green, and that's why it works like that. What happens is that the light hits him and it turns to nutrients for him, and all he does is have to drink water. Now, why this would happen in his body would the reason this would probably happen for him is that it's said in the series that there's always a sun rotating, so that means it would be a lot more efficient to just have to not even have to hunt or anything. Just the sun would hit you, and it would energize you. It actually really fits, because if you look in the series, you'll see that there are lines across his skin, large amounts of lines across the skin. Now, I'm going to believe that's what happens. The sun hits it, hits the chloroform or chlorophyll, and it's taken into those tubes and sent to his brain or wherever his body needs the nutritions. He obviously still needs oxygen, which he obviously needs, but that just pretty much activates his cells, which allow him to do it. So it's nothing fancy there. Sorry about that. Now for thing about Piccolo's egg, a lot simpler than you'd think. See, his body would only need one kind of chain of organs to absorb it, the water, and he'd have to absorb all of it because, well, practically all of it, because water doesn't usually have anything horrifying in it, and even if it did, their bodies would have been adapted from drinking so much. Now, once so that would leave a lot of room in this chest, and what do you fill it with? A way for them to incubate their young very easily. So that is why he was spit out as an egg. He pretty much drinks water, and I'm gonna say that the water is put around here, and the system for creating eggs is around here, or here, and here. It pretty much just switches across the body, because half of it should be for the water, or more for the water, and the other half for the egg, which would be simply like a sparrow's egg or something. A hard shell on the outside, and an incubating thing on the inside. The difference have to be with that it would probably take a larger egg because they're larger, which means that they'd have to have bad grammar. They'd have to have a way to be able to spit out the egg very fast, and maybe the egg would enlarge, which would allow so that eventually, when the baby came out, the egg would have actually been large enough for him. And I think that's practically everything on the reason for Piccolo. So let's look at what we learned. We learned he's part lizard, part tree, and part bird. That is a lot for one day. So hopefully I can get another one off in the next couple days, or a week, or maybe even I might do one right after this. Now for the next one, I don't actually know. It's so confusing. But it might involve Cell, Frieza, and or even an android. Don't really know. But I hope you tune in again. Goodbye, and hope to see you later.